automating that pipeline, and then later on your visualizations, use case studies, and machine learning model, and finally your client facing solution. So everything will be here, but will be part by part. Okay, so without any delay, let's start the video. So as you can see here, so this will be our data set which I will be sharing with you all guys. So this is basically UK crime data. So if you, I mean, just from the name, what it is just a data set aggregation of every event that happens in United Kingdom, ranging from different time frame. Okay, so we'll have, I mean, I already have downloaded the data part of my work, but you can anyway go to this website and choose your custom data based on how much bandwidth you have, and you can also enroll for this statistical data. So let's say you want some specific functional use case based data, let's say it's homicide or some crime related to murder and all that. Okay, so this will be the website, this will be the data. So, I mean, the one thing you need to know, this LSOA, so this layer super output area, which is, I think, some code follows in United Kingdom to segregate the regions. Like in India, we have, district, municipality, and all that. Okay, so we'll be working with this data, and our client will be the, let's say, this is a fictional client, right? So let's say our client will be the government of United Kingdom, or specifically their police departments, and they want some meaningful outcome of the data. Okay, so after today's video, or this part one, what we'll be achieving the basic of present data analysis. That means how many people or how many events happened in United Kingdom from 2010 to 2019 that ends up in prison. So we'll be building some dashboard like this. Okay, we'll have some filter like this, so where we have all the crimes. So if we just select, let's say I want to see all the events related to robbery in United Kingdom. So I'll just select, sorry, select robbery, and is it another thing? No, no, no. Okay, I have to select the robbery and then done, and you have to do the apply, and you can see. Yeah, so one important thing that we'll be using Snowflake as part of our data warehouse. We're not going to use BigQuery, Redshift, or any other database for that sake. So as you can see, all the data and all the graphs are getting, figures are getting changed. And here we have from 2012 to 2019 in United Kingdom, the number of robberies has been decreased significantly. So it starts with 3,597 and it ends with only 200. Remember, this will be all the cases where the end goal is that the culprit moved to prison. I mean, they were found guilty and they transferred into, I mean, got the verdict, and they spent some time in prison as a part of their uh, activity, criminal activities. Okay, so this is the first thing. This is a very basic thing that we'll build, and later on we'll use tools related to data engineering, let's say DBT, to transform our data, and then we'll use Snowpark and Streamlit as well as Django to build customer facing front-end applications, machine learning applications, and data science applications. Okay, so this will be the architecture of the whole project. So basically, we'll do a part of machine learning or data science. We'll do some forecasting, basically, crime prediction. So what will be the number of crimes related to some geographical region in UK in later, let's say 2023, 24, 25, and so on. And as well as we'll also build some classification or clustering mechanisms. We'll do some EDA, some good data analysis part of this project. Okay, so this is the first node of the project. That's anyways will be your raw data. So I think I have all the raw data as you can see here. So you can see it's more than 2 GBs of data I have in a compressed manner. So that totally comprise I think 65 million data points we have. So you can imagine it's a huge amount of data and it's very hard even to process with Spark and all, right? So it will take a huge amount of time to even process with Spark. So we'll also do a comparison between Spark and Snowflake at the end. Okay. So yeah. So as you can see, this is our raw data, which is nothing but this layer. Then we'll have to move this data to Snowflake. Snowflake. So if I go to my Snowflake account, you can see there's a database. There's a database called UK Crime Development. There's a schema called UK Crime Raw Data, and there's a database. I mean, table called Crime Database. Okay. So if you see, this has all the details, all the datas, and it has 65 million rows in it. Okay. Now the next layer will be your DBT. So we'll be using DBT to do some transformation in this Snowflake database. So why we are using DBT? Because it's very easy to manage all the model, all the procedure, and there is no headache of writing, some DDL commands. So create or replace view, create or replace tables, all these things. So we don't have to write. Even we don't have to manage the versions. So DBT is automatically integrated with GitHub, and we can directly integrate DBT with Snowflake. So it's very easy to use tool for data transformation in Snowflake environment, basically a ELT tool. And then from this, we'll be creating different shared views that will be fed into the machine learning models and the data analytics procedures. Okay, so this snowpark will be our framework rather than Spark or some other processing framework. And at the last, we'll be using Streamlit as part of application. So at last, we'll be using Streamlit application for building some client-facing applications that will be used by the stakeholders of the whole project to understand whatever, right? So you can see from this portion, we are building a data storage pipeline. Here we are building our machine learning processing, and here we are doing client-facing application, building the client-facing application, and all the, let's say, DevOps or MLOps that we are not including right now in the picture, but later on, if time permits, we'll include one by one. Okay, so it will be a module by module course or project basically. So we'll have a chance, even I also have a chance to, I mean, I also learned a lot while building this project. So I hope you people also will enjoy. So next part of the thing is what tools are you, I mean, you required to install. Okay, so we are using, as we said, we are using Snowflake as part of our data storage or data warehouse. So you need to create one Snowflake account. So creation of Snowflake account is very easy. Just go in your Google browser, type Snowflake trial account, and click on the first link. By the way, I hope that you understood the architecture. If you haven't understood the use of all the elements or any of the elements, please ping in the comment section. I'll let you know. Okay, so once you will be landing to this page, you just give your first name, last name, email, company, role, and choose your country. Then click on continue, and then again you have to choose the Snowflake account, which is also very easy. So always remember, Snowflake has, four editions. So standard, enterprise, business critical, and VPS. So choose standard one. That's the one we required. Sorry, choose enterprise one. So yeah, let me type it somewhere. So choose enterprise, Enterprise Edition for Snowflake. Okay, now one thing is done. Second thing is for processing we are using Snowpark, right? So we have dealt with Snowflake. Now for processing we need Snowpark, right? So how to install Snowpark? So Snowpark, for installation you don't have to do anything. Okay, just we'll go there and installation of Snowpark. So it's nothing but a Python wrapper to interact with Snowflake. So what you have to do, first thing you have to download Anaconda or any, let's say VS Code you have, that's fine. But for convenience, we are using Anaconda because Snowflake natively supports this Snowflake, sorry, Anaconda distribution. They have a dedicated channel for it. So one thing you have to do, download Anaconda. So I'm using Windows. I'll download my Windows version. If you're using Mac or Linux, download yours. So just click here. You'll be directed to a download page. Your download will start automatically. Then you can install. And once install and everything is done, you'll be getting a page like this. Okay. So once you got a page like this, you have to do Windows R, then CMD. So in command, sorry, this is Windows command, right? So you have to type Anaconda here and click on this Anaconda prompt, and here you have to type all these commands provided here. So you can see you have to follow this page, this Python setup page. So first what you have to do, you have to create a virtual environment. Like you can see this is my virtual environment here, this Pi 38 env. So this is my Snowflake or Snowpark environment. Then this procedures are for Linux and Mac, I think. So I'm just bypassing all this because I'm using Windows. So you can follow this. It's very much similar. Like if you're using Mac or Linux, you can go through and do this by yourself, basically DIY kind of a thing. And these are the prerequisite for using pandas data frame. So all these things we have to install. So one install is that we, after doing creating this environment, right, we have to shift. So in our prompt, what we have to type, sorry, not this one, this is right, yeah. So we have to activate. So conda activate pi. What is the environment that we have? Pi 38 env, and it will change. Now we our environment changed from base to Pi 38 env. Okay, so once this is done, what we have to do, we have to install all the dependent packages. So you have to just go through this page, just install this conda install Snowflake Snowpark Python, which I already installed. So if I right now do this, it will show me that it is already installed. uh, let's just wait for a minute or so. So again, any if you feel any problem or any doubt you have, you can anytime ping me or comment me. I'll get back to you as soon as I'll see those comments. So as you can see, the package metadata has been collected. Now it's just solving the environment, and now the installation will start. So as we already have you know packages installed, so it will not take much time. So as you can see, I think there is all the packages already installed, right? So there's update happens, so we don't want to do any update. So we'll just exit from the installation process, and that's it. Okay, and again let's go to the page, and this one also you have to install. Okay, so either you can use Conda or you can use pip for installation. You just have to see whether pip is installed, I mean, in your local or not. So if not, you have to just install pip as well. Okay, and next but not least, you have to start the Jupyter notebook, which we'll do later on. So up, I mean, until this position, basically is what our installation. So once this is done, so we have done our Snowflake account, we have done our Snowpark account. Now next is our client facing library, which will be Streamlit. So again, installing Streamlit. So as you can see, it's nothing but a module that we have to install. Okay, so as you can see, it's pip install Streamlit only. That's what we have to type. So we have pip and we also have conda, right? So just from here, okay, uh, just go to the environments as suggested in the documentation of Streamlit. Okay, now right click. Again, what happened? Very pathetic. So as you can see, if you do a left click, you can open the terminal. The terminal will be open, and same thing. What you have to do pip install Streamlit. I think I have written the name correctly. Let's see. So if everything is correct, as you can see, it is downloading the package, and that's it. So you are done with Streamlit as well. So we have our Snowpark, Streamlit, and Snowflake as in place. Do we need anything? We also have our Anaconda, and that's it. I think we have everything required to do the project. So yeah, one thing I'll share the Google Drive link. So you have to download the required data from that drive, and once you have downloaded that data, we will start. Okay, so as you can see, Streamlit is installed. So I'll just close this window, and here in this environment, if you search for Streamlit, is below, I think, MNOPQRS, you will find. Let's just update the index. Anyways, let's move on. So once all the things are downloaded, we'll just go and open our Snowflake terminal. Okay, so yeah, I have my Snowflake terminal here. So let's just, re-log in into my Snowflake. So where this is, right? So let's log in again into the Snowflake account. Oops, I'll have to log out then. So yeah, so now I'll just click. I'm using this one for this demo project. So you have to provide your username password that you will receive in your email when you signed up using Snowflake. And then you will see a page like this. This is basically a snow site web UI where you can write all the SQL queries, Python file, Python scripts. Basically, you can see everything related to database, access, RBAC, all the things, query history, load history, blah blah stuff, warehouse uses and all. So Snowflake follows the RBAC mechanism. So that means your role-based access control. So if your role does not have a permission for a certain object into the database, you won't have access for that thing. So account admin here is the topmost priority role for Snowflake by default. Then you have sysadmin, security admin, and then you have user admin and public. Okay, in the hierarchy. So we'll quickly go to the worksheet and we'll start working. So in my worksheet, let's just open the initialization script. So first thing that we need to create a database. Okay, so this command create or replace database UK crime development will create the database. As you know, it's mostly familiar with ANSI SQL. So this syntax, I'm hoping you all are familiar, right? So this syntax or this command will create the database. Then after creating, I'm using the database. So use database UK crime development. So this will tell Snowflake that okay, current in this session, use this UK crime development. Now next is create or replace schema UK crime raw data. So this command, what it is doing, it is creating a schema inside the database UK crime development, which is UK crime raw data. So schema is nothing but aggregation of database objects. Okay, so your table views, store procedures, UDFs, table functions will be inside residing inside a schema views and all, right? Then again, same thing we are going to use. If you don't explicitly use this command, by default, when you create a schema, Snowflake will convert the session to that schema. Okay, so once this is done, you have a database, you have schema, right? Now, one thing is required, that is stage. So what is stage? Stage is nothing but storage object that holds the raw data for Snowflake to know from where it has to transfer the data to the table. Okay, so if I do a search on Snowflake stage, you'll be getting this that Snowflake supports two type of stage, blah blah. Internal stage stores the files internally within Snowflake, and external stage stores the files in an external locations. And these locations are nothing but your S3 buckets or your Azure blobs, or for GCP your GCP buckets. Okay, and internal stage are internally managed by Snowflake. So if you see the image here, you will see something like this. As you can see, that we have created this database, right? We have created this database. Then we have this internal stage inside Snowflake, or we also have user stage and a table stage as well, which is not important right now for this project. Okay, so what it will do, this stage, we have to upload our bulk data to either this internal stage or this external stage. Okay, so this is our local file system. That means this data, all these datas. So this data needs to get uploaded into this internal stage, and from this internal stage, we'll be using this copy into command, and this copy into command will transform the data from this stage to the table. Okay, so you have to go through some architectural or internal know-hows of Snowflake, but that's not the, while doing this code or while doing this project, you will be getting enough information about Snowflake or BigQuery or Redshift, I think. Okay, so now as you can see that for writing a stage command, this is the command that create or replace stage, like create or replace database. And one thing I forgot to tell, that in Snowflake you can describe everything in SQL. So that's the beauty of it. Okay, let's just quickly, format our queries. So as you can see here, create or replace stage, and I'm giving the name of the stage as UK crime stage. One thing you have to give is file format. So what will be the file format of the stage? So for the time being, I am keeping the type as CSV. Comment, I am writing stage to hold primary data. Okay, so once you will do that, I'm not firing all these queries, because as it's create or replace, so I have already created all these things and it will then replace. So whatever I have done and uploaded, it will be emptied, right? So you just write and fire these queries: create or replace stage, UK crime stage, give a file format as CSV, and comment is optional basically. So your stage will be created in name of UK crime stage. Now if you do a quick list and at the rate is the symbol to know, inform Snowflake that I am currently listing all the elements inside my crime stage. Okay, so initially when you will do this list, you will see empty, nothing will be there, right? Because you haven't uploaded. So you have to upload. So if I do now, I'll see this data because I have already uploaded the data. Okay, so to upload data from your local to Snowflake, you have to download another tool which is called SnowSQL. Okay, so you just type SnowSQL and go to the documentation. Okay, and SnowSQL, installing SnowSQL. Okay, so go to this download page. Okay, you will see download NoSQL for Mac, Windows, Linux. So choose your version and download from here. So I am using Windows. I'll download this MSI version. So it's easy, click and install thing kind of a thing. So once it is done, your NoSQL will be installed. And how to check that your Snowflake is installed or not, NoSQL is installed or not. Okay, just do a command prompt. So once your command prompt is here, just do a SnowSQL. Okay, do a version and you see the version. Okay, so I'll stop here and you people just download and install all the things that we have discussed in this video so far, and we'll start from SnowSQL in the next video. Thank you.